Okay. The heck, girl? Little did I know, this angsty queen had some poetic, folksy gems in there. Love it. Love to see it. Hey, welcome back to On Writing. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I'm a professional writer and writing coach. And today I'm looking at 2 more songs off of Olivia Rodrigo's album, Guts. So let's see what we can learn about writing. Which songs will they be? You'll just have to find out. Let me pull it up. This first song she wrote based on a poem that she wrote in a poetry class. So, I mean, obviously we have to look at that one. It's called Lacy.
Lacy, oh Lacy, skin like puff pastry. Aren't you the sweetest thing on this side of hell?
Wow, okay, so first of all, it's really funny to me that this is on the same album as Get Him Back.
Need his mom to get him back, just to tell her son to get him back.
That's so bad. Olivia! It's such a completely different feel to it. This is very folksy feeling. It almost reminds me of Can't Catch Me Now. But we start off with some great rhymes and some great similes. So we talk about figurative language a lot on this channel, but similes are comparing 2 different things using like or as. So she uses them both here. Skin like puff pastries, eyes white as daisies.
Your angel Lacy, eyes white as daisies.
So she gives us a great example of both types of similes. We love it. We love to see it. Skin like puff pastry. Very specific image, and you want to be specific when you're using figurative language and when you're comparing different things. You want to think about making a comparison that's interesting or unique. It's not skin white as snow, skin smooth as silk. Those would be much more common and cliche types of comparisons, but puff pastry really makes you think, okay, what is this skin like? The first thing that came to mind for me was flaky, but I think I'm not thinking of the right puff pastry. But don't puff pastries have layers in them that can like flake off? Like, is this a compliment or is it not? Anyway, so skin like puff pastry, I'm guessing it's very light and soft, maybe a little bit dry. So what I'm getting so far is that these are kind of compliments, but kind of digs is what they also sound like. The sweetest thing on this side of hell. That's such an interesting line because it's like, well, the only options are either hell or here, and we're on this side of it. So you're the sweetest thing on this side of hell. It sounds like a backwards compliment to me. Dear angel Lacy. So again, the angel contrasts with hell. Eyes white as daisies. Her eyes are white. Is she a ghost? Till we were dead and gone and buried. Ooh. Are they ghosts? My pain fits in the palm of your freezing hand. Is he dead? Hold up now. Is he dead? Why are all these people writing about dead people? I'm just picturing eyes that don't have any pupils or irises in them. I don't know. That's interesting. I didn't really think about that when I first listened to it, but okay. Anyway, did I ever tell you that I'm not doing well? So all we really know so far, based on the writing, is that there's someone named Lacy that our narrator is speaking to. She has skin like puff pastry. Could be a good or bad thing. Jury's out so far. There's something maybe sweet about her, but maybe a little sinister. She's described as an angel with eyes like daisies. So we're getting lots of sweet imagery, innocent imagery, and our narrator is not doing well. And she has a relationship with Lacy. Like, did I ever tell you this? She's not doing well. Okay.
Ooh, I care, I care, I care. Like perfume that you wear, I linger all the time, watching it in plain sight.
So she's observing Lacy, she's watching Lacy. I try, but it takes over my life. I see you everywhere. The sweetest torture one could bear. So again, she says the sweetest thing and the sweetest torture. I wonder if she could have chosen a different word there so you don't repeat it, but we're getting the idea that there's something good about Lacy, but it's also kind of terrible. And our narrator seems to be somewhat obsessed with it.
More sexy Lacy, I'm losing it lately. I feel your compliments like bullets on skin.
Okay, so is she in love with Lacy? I'm confused. Does she want to be like Lacy? Lacy seems to be nice to her. She's complimenting her, but our narrator feels like they're bullets on skin.
As the lips starlit barbarian carnage will launch you the greatest thing to ever exist.
dazzling starlet, Bardot reincarnate. She's referring to Bridget Bardot there. So that ties into smart, sexy Lacy. And it also kind of gives us a picture of maybe what Lacy looks like. Well, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist? I'm not sure if Olivia's being sarcastic or not, because Olivia's so angsty and sassy in her songs that I'm wondering, is she saying, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist because she's in love with Lacy? Or is she saying, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist? Like, oh, look at you, you're smart, you're sexy, whatever. Your compliments are like bullets on my skin. Like, they don't feel good. There's something a little bit off about this character to me, just based on the writing. So I'm curious if she's being a little bit sarcastic there. I'm leaning toward yes. What do you guys think?
Like ribbons in your hair, my stomach's all in knots. You got the one thing that I want.
So she's pulling out really specific details, which I like quite a lot. Like ribbons in your hair really feeds into that innocent, sweet feeling that she's going for with Lacy. Even the name Lacy is very kind of sweet and girly and innocent sounding, like a delicate piece of lace. You got the one thing that I want. So now I'm thinking, yeah, she is being a little bit sarcastic when she says, well, aren't you the greatest thing to ever exist? Maybe she really feels that way. It's not so much out of admiration, but out of jealousy. I try to rationalize people are people, but it's like you're made of angel dust. So that's the second time we've seen angel, Lacy, and it's like you're made of angel dust. All right, let's see how it ends.
Lacy, oh Lacy, it's like you're out to get me. You poison every little thing that I do.
Ooh, I like this song. So a lot of times poets will do what Olivia Rodrigo is kind of doing here, which is repeating the first stanza at the end of the poem. So we see this in the review I did on The Cremation of Sam McGee, where they repeat that first stanza at the end and it has a whole new meaning. In the first stanza, it's, you're so sweet, your skin is like puff pastry, you're an angel, your eyes are like daisies. And now she's saying, you poison everything, it's like you're out to get me, I loathe you, I despise my eyes and how hard they fell for you. So it's just a very different point of view than we had in the first. But by using similar language, it automatically in our mind gets us to compare it to what she said before. I despise my rotten mind, again, more of an approximate rhyme, but still nice, and how much it worships you. So there's some sort of magnetic quality to Lacy. She's got something that this person wants, but our narrator's not happy that she fell hard for Lacy and worships her. Yeah. Wow, okay. That felt very much like a poem. I really liked the style of it. I like it when Olivia does these more folksy sounding songs. I feel like her voice is well suited toward it. She had some nice rhymes in here as well. Dazzling starlet, Bardot reincarnate. And then she had some nice approximate rhymes too. Time, sight, despise, mind. All right, cool. Now we're gonna listen to another one that you all recommended called Making the Bed.
Want it so I got it, did it so it's done. Another thing I ruined, I used to do for fun. Another piece of plastic could just throw away. Another conversation with nothing good to say.
Ooh, okay. The first thing I'm noticing about the writing in this song and how it differs, at least from the last song we looked at, is that the lines are a lot longer. Want it so I got it, did it so it's done. Another thing I ruined, I used to do for fun. So that's kind of a long line. This one's really long. Well, sometimes I feel like I don't want to be where I am. So we get long lines here and we're getting a lot of repetition. Another thing I ruined, another piece of plastic, another conversation, another day, another perfect moment, another thing. If you're repeating words and phrases accidentally, we don't want that. We always want it to be intentional because it's supposed to draw our attention to what's being repeated. So why does it matter that she's saying another this, another that, another this, another that? Because it's like snowballing and it's becoming overwhelming. At least that's the sense that I get from it. What's she actually saying here? She got something that she wanted and now it's sort of less fun than it used to be. I'm guessing this is going to be about her fame or her success because literally she wrote an album and like it did really well right off the bat, her first album.
You thought it, so I said it. Took it cause I can. Another day pretending I'm older than I am.
It's not what she thought it would be, getting what she wanted. And there's a sense that it's not really her. It's not very authentic. I'm acting like I'm older than I am. This perfect moment doesn't feel like it's mine. I forced certain things to be signs. There's just a lack of authenticity there that I feel like is starting to eat at her. Let's see what else she says. Before we do that, I like the line, another thing I forced to be a sign. I feel like that's very relatable. So often we're like looking for signs, you know? At least I feel like I am. But we can definitely force things to be signs that aren't, which I think is very apt, Olivia. Good job.
Sometimes I feel like I don't
Okay, I like this analogy she's weaving through here. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to be where I am. Again, that's just a long line. Getting drunk at a club with my fair weather friends. So if your friends are fair weather, that means they're only around when the weather is fair or when the weather is nice. If your fair weather friends are getting drunk with you at a club, they're really not great friends because they're only going to be around you when things are going well. Push away all the people who know me the best, but it's me who's been making the bed. So there she contrasts fair weather friends with people who know me the best. People who know you the best are gonna be able to see everything. So they're more like true friends. But she's pushing those people away and she's at the club getting drunk with her fair weather friends. And she doesn't feel like she wants to be doing that, but she's doing it. She says, but it's me who's been making the bed. So, okay, we love a little bit of self-awareness. Good job, Olivia. You're aware of what you're doing. That's great. That's the first step. What does it mean when she says, it's me who's been making the bed? You've probably heard the expression, you made your bed, now you have to lie in it. And it's sort of the sense that if you create a circumstance, you can't really complain about being in that circumstance. You have to accept the way things are if you were the one that made them be that way. So she knows she's playing the victim. She knows she's complaining about something that's pretty much all her fault. So that's great self-awareness. We support that. But not fun. Not fun. I like this line though, pull the sheets over my head. So she's taking it from a figurative image. It's me who's been making the bed. I'm using that as a way to refer to something else. It's figurative language. And then she takes it and makes it more literal. I pull the sheets over my head. So now we have a picture of her literally in bed, and it works well because we can imagine her kind of wallowing about all of this as she's reflecting on it, and she's in bed and she just pulls the sheets over like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I really like that image there.
Every night I wake up, just one recurring dream. I'm driving through the city, the brakes go out on me. I can't stop at the red light, can't swerve off the road. But somewhere it's 'cause my life feels so out of control.
So I like again that she's sort of keeping the imagery of being in bed, pulling the sheets over her head, and then she wakes up. I wake up from this one recurring dream where I'm driving through the city and the brakes go out on me. Good thing she's got her license. Sorry. I read somewhere it's 'cause my life feels so out of control. So this is very, very telly and very almost diaristic. It sounds like something you'd write in your diary.
I tell someone I love them, just as a distraction. You tell me that they love me like I'm some tourist attraction.
Gross. Ew. I like those lines a lot though. So for her, telling someone she loves them is a distraction, distracts her from these parts of her life that she doesn't like. For them, it's like a tourist attraction because it's probably just her fame that is making them love her. Yikes.
Changing my machinery and I just let it happen. I got the things I wanted, it's just not what I imagined.
Changing my machinery. That makes me think she feels almost robotic now. She's being separated from who she really is. Like we talked about earlier, a lack of authenticity. So who she is, her machinery, is being changed and she just lets it happen. That's how I read that line. She got the things she wanted, it's just not what she imagined. But yeah, again, a sense of not being in control, which ties back to her dream, right?
You're all of the beautiful things I regret, but it's me who's been making the bed.
So yeah, she's gotten to where she wants to be, but it's not what she thought it would be like. And that's a tough place to be in, for sure. And now what do you do? It's me, I've made this bed. Now I have to lie in it. I love it when writers take a common idiom like that and then spin it into an entire story. And she doesn't even say the full idiom or give us that. She just hints at it by saying making the bed. All right, Olivia, okay. The heck, girl? Little did I know, this angsty queen had some poetic, folksy gems in there. Love it. Love to see it. Thanks so much for these recommendations. They were awesome. If there are other songs by Olivia Rodrigo that you'd like to look at together, let me know. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching. It was great to see you, and I will see you next time. Take care.